Hey, what's up, YouTube? It's Richie from Boston. Today is the 9th or the 8th. I can't see. It's too small. It's whatever that says. At any rate, I'm in the woods. I'm thinking I'm going to be rolling out of here tomorrow. But I was waiting around, too. Not only did I have a leak. I was waiting around because I had a gift made for one of my subscribers, someone that's really been with me since the very beginning, really extended the hand of hospitality to me when I needed it. And I had a gift made for them, custom made. And it was fun. It took a year to get it made. A year. It was finally made, and they hit me up and said, hey, it's ready. We're going to send it next day, so signature will be required. And I'm like, yeah, no worries. It was $2,600. Okay, $2,600. I paid that a year ago. It showed up yesterday, and because my stepmother has no life whatsoever at all, she interacts with the delivery people and considers that company. That's how messed up in the head this broad is. I mean, it's no exaggeration. I would like nothing more than to simply get along with her because it would be easier. I sit there and listen to her complain about her issues, etc., etc., etc. And she is of this world. She is a GMO, MSN, vaccine-taking, authority said so type of person. Well, after telling her that a package was going to be showing up, they have trained all the delivery people to bring the mail to their door downstairs instead of to the front door like it has been since the house was built. Whatever, I deal with it. Well, the package showed up yesterday, and she just blindly signed for it, even though I told her something fairly expensive was coming. She blindly signed for it and was too busy talking to her friend, the mailman, who doesn't know who she is whatsoever at all, at any rate. And she signed for it. Now, when you sign for something that comes in the mail, you're signing a contract saying, yes, I received this in a visibly good condition, no problems, the box isn't mangled, etc. And that covers the post office. She signed for it. And then later realized, oh, somebody has cut this box wide open and it's empty, and yet I still signed for it. So the item is gone forever. That's gone. It ain't never coming back. And I'll never get reimbursed, even though it was insured, because she signed for it. And I guarantee this entire scenario makes her the victim somehow. And she's too much of a scumbag to even say, I'm sorry. You know what I'm saying? And I've been home for 4 months. This is the third package that she signed for. The two others were completely damaged, and the items inside were, I had to return them. See, now if a grown-up with a brain signed and noticed the package was damaged, they would say so on the signature, or they would just not take it. If the mailman brought me my mail like he should have, I would have seen that the package was A, empty, and B, cut wide open. I would have said, I'm not signing for that. It would have went back. I would have got my money back, all as well. But that's where I live right now. That's my world. And that's just the tip of the iceberg. It's all the same. I've never prayed about somebody so much in my entire life than I do for this particular woman. And it's a sad thing because she loves to trumpet the fact that she went to Catholic school. You know what I'm saying? I just got hit in the eye by a stick. I don't know if it feels like it's cut, but I guess it's not. Whatever. It's beautiful here, man. It really is. Red-winged blackbird. I don't think you can see him. You can hear him. He's right there. There he is. At any rate, it's been humid as heck all day. I've been packing the truck all day. Whether it's leaking or not, I'm driving it. I'm just done. I got to get out of here before something horrible happens. For all my Patreons, I saw the emails. I tried to reply to as many as I possibly could, but it is what it is. If you want to know where I'm at, follow me on Instagram, because usually I post and you can pretty much tell where I am. You know what I'm saying? And for those that are unaware, this is my Instagram. And if you decide to follow me here, do not say God or leave prayers. Just act correctly, okay? Because Instagram is owned by Facebook, which is just like YouTube. And if you mention God or anything, the channel or the page gets hit. My subscribers have been stuck here at this level for the longest time because suddenly they figured out who I was. And it was the same time that Facebook bought them. So there is that. Richie from Boston, there is an Instagram channel, but it ain't me. So understand that. This is me. Okay? Period. But I digress. But I'm on a mission this time, if God allows. I'm on a mission this time. I want to get photos, video evidence of something that I know is real, that the mainstream has told us is completely ridiculous my entire life, and yet they also told us my entire life that UFOs were completely ridiculous. But now, UFOs are absolutely everywhere. It's just no big deal. People are seeing 10-foot tall beings walking down the streets now, and the mainstream's running with it. Guess what's coming? Guess what's coming? Besides the fact that they're going to shut down the banks end of June or July, I'm pretty sure it's June. But I would imagine everybody's taking care of that little issue by now. And if you haven't, 𝗲𝗲𝗱 can help you. That's all I'm going to say. They've already helped out a bunch of my subscribers, and it was beneficial to everybody involved, period. No problems, no big deal. They're going to shut the banks down. I know I've said it for a long time, but now it is time. They're getting ready. They're getting ready for everything. Everything I've ever said is literally happening. Whatever I got, I'm carrying, basically. And if the creek does rise and the good Lord isn't willing, hopefully I have the opportunity to hand off what I have to someone that can use it. But let's talk about UFOs, shall we?
Bombshell claims from a military whistleblower. UFO wreckage recovered by the U.S. kept classified by a secret government program for decades. Tonight, a world television exclusive you will only see on News Nation. Welcome to 𝗲𝗲𝗱 Reports, earning your trust every night. UFOs exist. The U.S. government found quite a number of them, and they are indeed of non-human origin. Those are the explosive allegations from a former intelligence officer tonight in a whistleblower complaint that the Inspector General is taking very seriously. 36-year-old Air Force veteran David Grush is exposing what he calls a top-secret military program that has reportedly found wreckage of fully intact UFOs. The government now calls them UAPs, or unidentified anomalous phenomena. For years, there have been whispers and rumors that the government had aircraft of non-human origin. This report is the first evidence it might be true. The Inspector General has called Grush's complaint urgent and credible. Tonight, we have a world television exclusive interview with the whistleblower in which he claims we not only have the aircraft, but the government has been keeping much of its secret from Congress and from the public. News Nation senior national correspondent Brian Enton is here with the story, and this is a blockbuster.
It is a blockbuster. It's really hard to wrap your mind around this. I've been working on this for the past couple of weeks. I'm still having a hard time processing all of it. Over the last couple of years, it sort of became mainstream to discuss UFOs. The government has released videos. They've acknowledged that we don't know what some of this stuff is out there that we have on camera, but this really takes it all to another level. For the very first time, the world is about to hear from a former high-level U.S. intelligence officer who says the government has some of the unidentified craft in its possession. He is revealing these exclusive details about the secret government program.
We're all going against the wind. The wind's 120 knots.
So suddenly, millions of people are watching this. I don't hear anybody in the regular world talking about it whatsoever at all, but they're watching it, they're absorbing it all, and because they told us that UFOs were completely, that's little green men, tinfoil hat, conspiracy theorists, blah, 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 blah. I never thought I'd see the day. They simply changed the name to UAP from UFO, so now that takes all the old noise out of the equation. You know what I'm saying? Yes, I keep this close by. It's unbelievable. That's how it looked. Just FYI, completely empty and signed for. Because it's none of my business if I get mail at the house where I live for 15 years, but I'll digress. So, yeah, UFOs are absolutely everywhere. That's called predictive programming on a massive scale. Independence Day was predictive programming. Now this is the unraveling, the unveiling. Do you see what I'm saying? Stand by. I was trying to find something somebody posted on my Facebook the other day. Because, yes, I'm on Facebook because at this point in the game, it doesn't make any difference. I already told you about this a long time ago, that they were watching you and blah, blah, blah. Well, guess what? They're doing it all remotely now, so Facebook is, to me, inconsequential. Plus, they allowed me to sign in with very little rigmarole, we'll call it. But stand by, because I'm looking for something. And for all those that are seeing my name and think that they should give me a phone call, first of all, my phone isn't listed. Second of all, if you call me, it'll be the worst day ever. Just telling you, I can't stand people I know calling me. I couldn't possibly stand any less people I don't know calling me. So keep that in mind. But I'll digress, because people will still do it. Okay, pay attention, because this is only 1 day old.
Las Vegas family claims something crashed in their backyard, prompting them to call 911 about non-human beings. Several people, including police, say they saw something in the sky. On April 30th, just before midnight, a Las Vegas Metro police officer's body cam caught something streaking low across the sky. Someone called 911 to report two large figures in their backyard. More than an hour after the bright light, officers met up with the caller and his family.
What'd you see?
It was like a big creature.
A big creature?
Yeah, like around 10 feet tall.
I'm not going to BS you guys. One of my partners said they saw something fall out of the sky too, so that's why I'm kind of curious. Did you see anything land in your backyard? Or?
They see like a big, that's what they say. They see like a big something with light.
What I saw right now, I do believe in it. I got scared. Like,
you guys don't, I mean...
Holy smokes. Police went into the backyard to investigate, but that part of the video has been blacked out because it's private property. Officers questioned neighbors, but haven't turned up any concrete answers. The American Meteor Society said several people across eastern California, Nevada, and Utah also reported seeing the flash.
Southern Nevada is abuzz tonight with stories about the crash of an unknown object and the alleged sighting of strange creatures in the backyard of a Northwest Valley home.
So it was last night that 8 News Now investigator David Charnes reported about how Metro Police responded back on May 1st after receiving a strange call from a very frightened family. Well, our report generated a global response, and now piecing together the sequence of events has been kind of tricky, in part because the primary witnesses have been almost as elusive as the beings they say they encountered. Chief Investigator George Knapp is as perplexed as the rest of us, George.
As you know, this is not our first UFO rodeo. We first heard about the incident in early May via the Metro Police grapevine. The incident has a lot in common with other bizarre cases from around the world.
Yeah, this is really happening. Now, bear in mind, I haven't talked about CERN in a long time because CERN hasn't been putting anything out whatsoever at all for information. But clearly, the reason they went completely radio silent is because they are opening portals and demonic entities are coming through, because these aren't UFOs. The reason I went with the flat earth is because, A, I didn't make my judgment on the shape of the earth due to some dude with a really good speaking voice or an English accent or whatever telling me all the different things. I went and figured it out for myself. Going to the highest points in the United States, looking around and realizing the horizon comes to your eye every single time. And then meeting special forces guys that literally told me, Richie, you were right. You were right. And I'm like, I figured they were going to say chemtrails or something. They said the earth is completely and utterly flat. U.S. Special Forces soldiers that were still active duty that have done HALO, high altitude, low opening jumps, which means they jump from 33,000 feet. From 33,000, I know, 30, what are you going to do? From that high, you can see everything. It's completely flat. We can't get out. They can't get in These are demonic entities. That's why NASA, nobody cares about that. But CERN, the biggest, most expensive machine ever that they built first time, and it worked. Never been done before. You know what I mean? At any rate.
An alleged crash, strange beings, and bits and pieces that don't make sense. But the police took this seriously, and so do we. Just before midnight on April 30th, skywatchers across several western states saw a bright fireball streak through the heavens. A police officer working in the Northwest Valley caught a glimpse of the colorful object on his body cam. At nearly the same time, a Ring camera in the area recorded a strange noise and what sounds like a crash. One family living in a ranch-style home had a much closer view of the object. Two brothers and their father were working on a vehicle in their yard when they caught a glimpse of a sparkly object as it came crashing down, then were hit by what they describe as a shock wave. One of the witnesses, a young man named Angel, has stated when the brothers looked into the yard where the object landed, that spot was obscured and blurry, as if by unknown form of camouflage. What they saw next prompted a frantic call to 911.
So there's two people or two subjects that are in your backyard?
Correct, and they're very large. They're like 8 foot, 9 feet, 10 foot. I don't know. They look like aliens to us. Big eyes. They have big eyes, like I can't explain it. And big mouth. They're shiny eyes, and they're not human. They're 100% they're not human.
8 News Now investigators have spoken with family members multiple times in the past 4 weeks, but each of the 3 times we accepted their invitation to do an interview, they didn't answer the door or their phone. These are some of the claims they've made in other public forums.
So for all those people that were breaking my balls for years because I said they were going to do the alien invasion hoax, here it comes. I mean, here it comes. You've got the mainstream news. Did you notice how they referred to this bright object streaking through the heavens? Always listen. Streaking through the heavens. You've got people there being interviewed by the cop, and the cop freely, he knows he's being recorded because it's his body camera footage that we're watching. And he says, yeah, we saw it too, man. We saw it too. So all I can tell you is hit your knees. Pray to God Almighty to protect you and give you vision so that you can see through this when it comes, because it's begun. I mean, it's begun. The mainstream media is running stories about 10-foot aliens and millions of people have seen it. That's by design. 3 companies own everything you hear and see on a screen. Period. I warned you about this. And here it goes. Everything I've ever warned you about is directly out of their playbook. I'm looking at my cursor to make sure it's not in the video. You see what I mean? I do that all the time and it freaks me out, but whatever. Everything I've ever told you about, everything anybody else that ever hit the nail on the head and put themselves out there to be ridiculed for years and years and years until, hey, here we are now. Like, this is happening now. For real. If the Pentagon is coming out saying, oh yeah, we recovered crash things and blah, 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 that's by design. That guy didn't break away or anything, because they will take you out. If they don't want you saying it, you won't say it. Period. Ask me how I know. At any rate, Richie from Boston. Here we go. I'm out.